welcome to another Supernaturally Healthy Live. Hello, happy Thursday. I'm Kezia Hall, a holistic health coach, and in this week's kind of mini weekly show episode, what I'm going to be doing is sharing with you why, in my opinion, I think dieting just doesn't work and what to do instead. So I'm going to share with you two really important reasons and kind of huge strategy flaws of the entire dieting industry of why they don't give you results in the long term. So I'm going to share with you the two key things that I've found from my own weight journey myself, from working with clients to running programs and just being part of this industry as a holistic health coach, as a nutritional health geek, as a researcher, as part of my master's degree. What are the reasons that I can see for why these dieting frameworks do not work? Because we know from different studies and research that has been done into different dieting clubs that people will maybe lose weight following them, but actually I think one study I saw, and I think I'm quoting this correctly, was that people lost weight, but after 3 years of losing that weight, they had put all the weight back on and often more still. So that actually in the long run gained more weight from doing various kind of dietary programs. So what I want to talk today about is why in my opinion I think that happens, why people get stuck in this kind of dieting hamster wheel that I'm going to explain a little bit more about, because I've definitely been there. I work with clients that have been there, and it's really, really common for us, especially as women, to just get caught in this dieting trap. And when it doesn't work, we just feel really hopeless and like a failure, and that nothing will work for us. And that is not the case. Your body wants to be well. Your body wants to be healthy. And actually you can lose weight if you need to be healthy. I'm not talking here, when I talk about weight loss, I'm never talking about kind of forcing yourself to be skinnier and kind of body recomposition or anything like that. I'm talking about your body finding its ideal weight. And there are reasons that this approach doesn't work for you. And that is what I'm going to share with you. But before I dive into that, if we don't know each other yet, hello, I'm Kezia Hall. I live in Scotland. I'm a holistic health coach. I run a business called Supernaturally Healthy, and I help people to eat awesome food, heal their bodies, sort out their poo, sort out their periods, sort out their weight, so that they can live in food freedom and live the kind of life that they want to live. And the reason I do this is because I've walked my own journey with my health, from being sad, sick, and stuck on the toilet for a large part of my life, to actually getting to the point where I've healed my digestion, my hormones, my energy, my skin, and my mental health. Well, not healed my mental health, but my mental health's improved. That's what I mean. So that's really why I've come to this. I run Supernaturally Healthy. If you want to know more about me, head to supernaturallyhealthy.co.uk. My life's on the internet. You can read about my story here. Go to the Start Here page, and that'll tell you everything you need to know. You can read all my sordid history with food and everything else. But what I want to talk to you today is about the biggest reason why dieting doesn't work. So I'll define what I perceive dieting to be in a minute. But the reason I do this is that this week I'm running my Fat Burn Bootcamp, and it's been something I've been talking to all the members of the bootcamp with, and it's something I think a lot of women resonate with, and we get kind of stuck in this trap, not really knowing how to move forward. So by dieting, what I mean is dieting is when you follow a strict set of rules that someone else has decided for you and for your body. So you're following this set of rules that somebody somewhere has decided is good for your body. You follow them strictly, and you end up, it's just about food. It's about calorie counting, point counting, sin counting, treat counting, macros, counting your protein, carbohydrates, fat. It's about how many hours you clock up at the gym. It's all about these very external things: calories, exercise, points, sins, and it's predominantly just about food. It's just about what you eat, because we get told the message that if you're overweight and you want to lose weight, then it's got nothing to do with anything else in your life. It's just about what you eat, and you should eat less and exercise more. That's a whole other show I should probably do one week, because I don't really agree with that necessarily. I think there's elements of truth in that, but overall, I've worked with lots of clients who have eaten less and exercised more and not lost any weight and felt worse, and the energy's gotten worse and the hormones have gotten worse. And I found that to be the case for myself. I was part of a diet club when I was a teenager, and I did lose weight following their principles, but my actual health, digestion, energy, mental health declined because I wasn't healing my body. I was just following these external rules that somebody else decided for me. So that's a rough kind of definition of how I would describe dieting. And often people get stuck in what I call the dieting hamster wheel. So they'll be like, oh, here's this new diet. Brilliant. I'm going to follow it. Oh, I think I've lost weight. Oh, brilliant. And then over a period of time, they're like, do sabotaging behavior. Something gets stressful. They hit a plateau. They feel rubbish. So they go back to the old behaviors. They put the weight back on. Then they either go back to the original diet or they find a new nutritional approach. They follow that. They lose a bit of weight. They hit a plateau. They self-sabotage. They get in their own way. They go back to their old habits. And you see how this cycle just goes on and on. And women can stay stuck in this cycle for years. I'm working with a client just now who's kind of been stuck in that cycle probably for about 8 years of trying the same old diet, hoping that if she just sticks to it more strictly, she'll get somewhere, but wasn't getting anywhere. It just wasn't going to be the case because there was other health issues going on. So the two reasons why I don't think dieting works are the following. Number one, most diets, diet clubs, dieting approaches never look at your health. They are mainly focused about numbers. So they're mainly focused about what you weigh, about the calories, about your macronutrients, about sins, about points, about any other sort of tracking. They're mainly focused on numbers. You being a size 10, you being 11 stone, you being 8 stone, you hitting this points, it's not about your health. It's not about how do you feel? How much energy do you have? How are your hormones? How is your skin? How is your digestion? How is your libido? How is your confidence? How does this nutritional approach fit in with the rest of your life? How does this fit in with your budget? How does this fit in with your circumstances? Maybe you work night shifts and so you need a different approach. Maybe you're on a really tight budget, so you need a slightly different, whatever it is. It doesn't look at health, it looks at numbers. And so that is one of the key reasons why I don't find that it works. And one of the key reasons that people get stuck on this wheel. So, hi Janet. Yeah, I'm stuck on that hamster wheel. Yeah, that's why so many women are, because we have this desire to be healthy, to feel confident, to find our ideal body weight. And to be honest, a lot of the women that I work with are people that want to be healthy first and slim second. They're not willing to get slim whatever the cost, wake up at 4 a.m. and just drink juice all day. They want to be healthy and slim. And that is 100% possible for you. It really, really, really is. But we get confused, we get overwhelmed, we don't know what to do. So we end up in this dieting trap and we don't understand why it's not working, because people just keep telling us this should work. Just do it harder. Do it more strictly. Do it more passionately. Just be more strict. Restrict more. Do it harder. Focus harder. Be better, basically. Most of the time, you get told you're failing at a diet, and that's why it's not working. But one of the big reasons diets don't work is that because they don't look at your health. They don't look at your full body health. You could be following... I'll just make up a diet called the Sharpie diet. So there's a Sharpie here. Let's say there's this really popular diet club called the Sharpie Diet Club, created by Mr. Sharpie. You could be following that dietary protocol to the letter. And on top of that, maybe you've started going to aerobics class or swimming 3 times a week, or you're training for your first 5K. So not only are you eating according to the plan, you are also exercising for the first time in your life. So you should be shedding the weight. You should be losing at least 1 or 2 pounds a week, but you're not. And maybe your skin's gotten worse and your energy is crap. And actually you've maybe gained weight, or you've stayed exactly the same, even though you've been doing this for 4 or 5 weeks. It's because often with so many women, it's because they need to look at their health. They need to eat in a way that is tailored to their body's needs. For so many women, there's metabolic issues going on, especially if you have quite a lot of weight to lose, and you may be several stone overweight, maybe 3, 4 stone overweight. There can be metabolic issues going on. There can be thyroid issues. There can be insulin management issues, adrenal dysfunction. There can be food intolerances. There can be sugar addictions. There can be genetic predispositions. There can be vitamin and mineral deficiencies. There can be so many things going on that prevent people from losing weight. Some people's medications that they're on makes it really hard for them to lose weight. That's a really, really common one I see in my one-to-one practice, is people where they're like certain symptoms of maybe due to their medications. And it's not that you need to stop the medications, but you need to work around it. So that's reason number one. Why I think dieting, one of the many reasons why I don't think it works, is that it doesn't deal with the health of the person doing it. It expects an individual to follow rules that someone else has decided for them. There's no room for negotiation. There's no room for tailoring. And it is not focused on you being in optimum health, optimal hormonal balance, a revved up metabolism. It's focused on you following the rules. And therefore, ultimately, it is completely disempowering of your own body, of your own thoughts, and of your own health and life goals. It's a completely disempowering approach, which is why we end up on that wheel, because you are on that wheel and then you feel so disempowered that you think, oh, well, I can't get off, that I can't do anything else. It doesn't empower you to move forward. So therefore you stay where you are because you need courage to move forward and try something new. So it's so, so important. So that's reason number one. Reason number two is that diet clubs and a dieting approach, however you want to describe it, very rarely deals with mindset. They just don't. Feel free, Janet, to run. Yes, I can message you, Janet. I'll do that afterwards. Don't worry. Lovely to see you virtually. If people don't deal with mindset, they do not deal with why or how they have gotten into the position they've gotten into. So let's just take an example. Maybe you are in your late 30s, you've had a couple of kids, and you're maybe 2.5, probably 3 stone heavier than you know feels good for you. You're maybe creeping up to 16 stone or 15 stone when you know for you and your height, you feel good at maybe 12, 11 and a half. I weigh about 11 and a half stone, and I'm 5'8", and that's kind of where's good for me. Obviously, everyone's body is different, but you're at that place and you've tried different dieting clubs and you're on this dieting hamster wheel that is just this hamster wheel of doom. And you are just kind of perpetuating on this and you're feeling super, super stuck. But say you keep on doing these repeated behaviors, like you keep on eating too much sugar, even though you know it's not good for you and you don't really like it. You keep on binging on things and you know it doesn't make you feel good or energized or confident, but you keep on doing it. You keep on sabotaging your behaviors by not having healthy food in, by saying yes to every Tom, Dick and Harry that offers you cake because you feel bad about saying no. You end up stuck in this cycle. And the reason that these behaviors that you have, the reason that they are on repeat is because of your behaviors, meaning the actions, the choices you make in your day-to-day, especially around food, are driven by the beliefs and values in your mind up here. So you take action on something. So let's say binge eating, because that's a really nice, clear example. You've had a really stressful day at work. Your boss has been a pain in the arse. You come home, you have some vegetables, but you don't really want to eat vegetables. You just end up eating a bunch of crisps, and then you think, well, I've eaten crisps, so I may as well just drink some beer, have some cake, and just make several rounds of cheese toasties and smother it in tomato sauce. Now, none of those foods are bad foods. None of those foods are evil foods. They are just food. But if you're wanting to lose weight, those food choices don't align with your dreams and goals. of feeling more confident, of losing weight, of supporting your health, because they're just not that nutrient dense. They're super tasty and awesome, but they're not nutrient dense and they're not going to help you get to your goals. And you know that. I don't need to tell you that. So you've got to look at then, so you have this behavior. You've got to look at then why has driven you to do that behavior? What are the thoughts and beliefs that have driven that behavior? And that is the thing that diets and diet clubs and plans and these little 7-day resets that you read about in magazines, it's what they never address, is that you've got to look at the whole person. And what I do a lot in my Flourish Academy, which is my group coaching program, which is open for enrollment, which I'll tell you about in a second, is that we need to do a mindset detox. We get so focused on like detoxing the body, and that's great. I do that with people. I do think it's important, but we also and equally need to detox our minds as well. And that's the biggest reason why people might see short-term results. They might see results in 2 months, 3 months, 4 months evening, which is great. But if you see them in a year's time, they have not sustained their results. And the reason why is because reason number one, they've not dealt with their health. And excess fat is not always because you are just greedy. It's because sometimes there's something out of whack with your health. And reason number two is that they've never dealt with their mindset. They've never dealt with the reasons why they have these destructive and negative behaviors around food. They never looked at why their relationship with their food and their body is so messed up. And if you never look at that, then you will only ever see short-term results and you'll stay stuck on this hamster wheel of dieting doom. It's really common. I've been on that hamster wheel. It gets a bit dizzying and nauseous. And I see it with clients and people in my Flourish Academy all the time. So if this is something that you are ready to overcome, then my Flourish Academy, which is my intensive small group coaching program, which looks at creating food freedom and fat loss in women especially, is currently open for enrollment. So if you want to find out more information, you can click the link below or in this post to find out more. And feel free to message me if you want to chat more about on the phone to see if this is the right program for you in course. Then do let me know. Enrollment is only open until Monday, but you can book in or chat to me or email me or message me to find out more over the next couple of days, because this program isn't for everyone. I don't take 100 people in. I take a small number of women because I provide personalized protocols for women. We do it together. There's community, there's accountability, there's recipes, there's resources, and it's really about helping you create a healthy and slim life that actually lasts. This isn't about a quick fix thing, although you will see phenomenal results if you do the work in 6 weeks. It's really, really amazing how in just 3 weeks, the results that women have had, because we don't only look at losing fat. We rev up your metabolism, we get you fat burning machines, but we also look at healing your body. And when you heal your body and reduce the inflammation, then sometimes you lose a lot of weight just based on water alone. Just the water weight you lose can be like half a stone in general if there's a lot of inflammation in your body. So if you are wanting to create food freedom, you just want to feel free and in control of what you eat, and you do want to lose weight, but you also want to be healthy, eat real food, love your body, and just create a life that is healthy, then make sure you click the link below and feel free to message me to find out more. Otherwise, I will be hopping on for a couple more Facebook Lives, I think, while enrollment is open, because there's lots of juicy topics to talk about. Otherwise, do be in touch, and I will see you next week for another Supernaturally Healthy Live. Sending you lots of love this Thursday. I will see you soon. And feel free to ask your questions below if you're watching this on the replay. Ask them below, and I will get back to you. Sending you lots of love. Bye.